Whoa! Sorry. I'm sorry. Cut! Okay, hello, and welcome to my American Idol review and recap of last night's episode, February 13th, 2013. So, the rounds worked just the same as the guys last week. First, we have the cattle call. So first they show Angela Miller. Absolutely love her. I have a feeling she's going to be one of my favorites this year. And the preview at the end of the show tonight showed her getting a standing O from the judges, and she's playing the piano. So that's thumbs up. And she makes it through to the next round. Duh. Then after that we have Mariah Palouse, the girl who suffered from anorexia, and Victoria Acosta, the girl who is a mariachi singer. Mariah is cut. She wasn't that great anyways. And Victoria advances. Then they show Ashley Smith and Sarah Recusio getting cut. Sarah was the one who rapped super bass. She was a cool contestant, but hey, you know, that happens. After that, we have two country girls, Rachel Hale and Janelle Arthur. I absolutely love both of them. Rachel has this big voice, and she just let it all out. And Janelle, she has more of a smooth tone that is just so pretty and relaxing to the ear, and I absolutely love it. They both make it, and they're both great, and I love them both. So good job! Then we have Candice Glover singing Impossible. Absolutely love this girl. She's going to be one of my faves this year. I just know it. This girl can sing. She makes it through. Duh! Then we have Megan Miller, who's the girl who was in crutches at her audition because of an accident. She has an okay voice and is sent home. Then we have Isabel singing Summertime. Big voice, very good. Holy crap. Then we have Kezban. Oh, Kezban. I just want to talk about her for a second. Back in the audition rounds, I thought that she was going to be one of those chicks that, you know, kind of kept to herself, didn't get into the hype of the whole Idol thing, but I was so wrong. She was kind of like, woo! I'm on American Idol! I'm here to have fun! Woo! And I think she was a tad bit too excited. And, you know, it's good to be excited, but at the same time, it isn't good that if it affects your performance. You know, she was losing her voice because she was just screaming for everyone, cheering for everyone. Yeah. She makes it through, even though her performance wasn't that great. But, you know, she gives the audience a great laugh, so you can see why the judges kept her. She's pretty cray-cray. More of her to come later in the episode, so... Ooh, what happened? Yeah. Then we have the group So Much Better Than the Guys. There were a lot of train wrecks, though, but the good performances were a lot better than the guys' good performances, if you know what I mean. So first up, we have the Swagettes singing Him Up Style with Melinda and Mani. I can't pronounce names, sorry. Kamira Ousley, Candice Glover, and Denise Jackson. No drama with these girls. Looked like they worked well with each other. Good harmonies and great voices. They all make it through. Then we have Raising Cane singing Sin Wagon with Morgan Lee Borberg, Lauren Mink, Brandy Houchard, and someone else who I'm not sure the name. They didn't really show it. They're all country-type singers, and we haven't really seen any of them before this performance, except I remember Lauren Mink from last season. She made it to Hollywood, but was cut in the first round. I like her. Solid, fun performance. They all make it through. Then we have Almost Famous singing Somebody That I Used to Know with Savannah Vochin, Liz Wise, Deja Hall, and Lee Kevin. They struggled with the harmonies, and it was pretty much a hot mess. Deja Hall was the only one to make it through, and she was the only one to mess up the words, so I can see why the other girls were so upset. Savannah was pissed. She was like, I arranged all the harmonies, and Deja didn't remember the words, and it just isn't fair. And I kind of agree on that one, you know. Why would someone who forgets the words advance, and then the other three girls who remember don't? Like, I don't really know what goes on in the judges' minds when they pick. Like, they probably think of past performances into account, so I don't know. Savannah says she's never coming back to Idol again, so, okay, bye. Won't miss you. Then we have the Dramatics singing If I Die Young with Chris Mingley, Mincy, I don't know how to say her name, Janelle Stinney, Christabel Clack, and some other girl who I'm not sure the name. What the frickin' heck? First off, why would you sing this song? They're all like black chicks and they're singing country, and they tried to do a spin on it and make it more R&B, but it didn't really work. Janelle, she doesn't want to work in a group at all, to the point where she just literally runs off and ignores the other girls because she clearly just doesn't want to work with them. And then Nikki gives them a standing O and says she enjoyed watching their struggles with the song or something like that. What? Like, I don't know. We haven't really seen these girls' auditions. Besides, I remember Christabel's. She was good. So I don't know what kind of relationship Nikki has with Janelle, especially, because Janelle was, like, crying, and Mariah is, like, trying not to laugh, and it was a hot mess. But they all make it through. So I don't know. I would have maybe cut maybe a couple of them. I would have kept Christabel, definitely. I liked her a lot. The one girl who did the high note, that was good. I would have kept her, and maybe the other two, bye. So, yeah. Oh, and I definitely loved when Nikki stood up and Keith was like, Nikki! Let me just say, I absolutely love Keith and Nikki's relationship on the show so far. Like, it looks like they generally support each other as artists and judges. And it's just so cool because, you know, they're completely different musically, and you wouldn't think they would get along and have such good chemistry. And it's cool, and I love it. They're definitely my two favorite on the panel. Mariah, I like her. She doesn't really have, like, chemistry with anyone. That's my problem with her. She kind of has a little bit of thing with Randy, but Randy drives me nuts, so I feel like it's Randy and Mariah versus Nikki and Keith. I feel like, you know, I feel like Nikki and Keith are together, Mariah and Randy are together. But if I have to choose, I have to choose Nikki and Keith because I can't absolutely stand Randy. I can't be on Randy's side. I'm sorry. When he was gone for the first half of this episode, I was like, thank the Lord. Like, honestly, they should have just gotten rid of him. The judges did absolutely fine without him. You know, I think the big thing with it is like, oh, the judges, they're all new. I don't think they're going to know what to do. Well, first of all, Keith, he was on The Voice Australia, I think, so I'm pretty sure he knows what to do. And then Nikki and Mariah, they're new to this, but they seem like they're doing okay. So, if it was up to me, I would have just cut Mr. Jackson, but, you know, it's not up to me, so. Then we have Urban Hugh singing American Boy. It was okay, it wasn't that great. Hermano, Tania Torres, and Kiara make it through, and then Serena Gwynn is the one who's cut. She was the one who did the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and I liked her, but, you know, you have your bad performances. Then we have Pooh Snatch singing Knock on Wood with Zonetta Johnson, Erin Christine, Lauren Betsy, and Isabel. Zonetta, she didn't like the song at first, but she made it her own, and it worked. And I swear to God, she is Fantasia 2.0. Like, she sounds exactly like her. It's kind of scary. And I feel like she's going to be one of those contestants people either love or hate. That's kind of how Fantasia was, even though she won. I feel like a lot of people didn't like her just as much as people did like her. I wasn't really the biggest Fantasia fan. I don't know. I don't really like the whole if I'm making any sense. Like, the tone, I'm not a fan. But she can sing, and Zonetta can sing, so I'll give them that. So, Lauren is the only one who was sent home, and the other three make it. Then we have Handsome Women singing Somebody That I Used to Know with I don't know how to say their names. Alicia Dixon, Liz Bills, and Courtney Callie. Liz is another girl who just clearly doesn't want to work as a group. And funny thing is, Liz is the only one to make it through. Awkward! The performance wasn't very good, and I would have sent them all home, but for some reason the judges wanted to save Liz. Then we have For You singing Somebody That I Used to Know with Stephanie Schimmel, Alex Delaney, Callie Theron, and Holly Miller. They changed their song at the last minute, which, like, why? Why would you do that? Stupid, stupid, stupid. Forgetting the words and just a hot mess. Stephanie and Holly make it through. And Stephanie says she has no idea why she makes it through, because she said she sucked. I'm pretty sure it's because you're gorgeous. She is. She's really pretty. Like, she's one of those girls where you just look at and you're like, how are you so pretty? Like, oh my God. Like, she's not, like, sexy pretty. Like, she's, like, pretty, like, adorable pretty. So, yeah, she's pretty. That's why she made it through, probably. Then we have a montage of girls writing lyrics on their hands. Oh, God. Oh, God. I don't mind, like, maybe if you just wrote it on your hand, like, so you can, like, look at it before you go on stage. But, like, don't, like, while you're singing, like, oh, yeah, that's what it is. Like, really? Come on. And Nikki did point that out with this next group that I'm going to talk about. She said that it's disrespectful. And I absolutely agree. It is disrespectful. So I feel like it's worse to write it on your hands and get the lyrics right than forget the lyrics. You know? So, hey, what are you going to do? Then we have the Dolly Chicks singing Sin Wagon with Cree Harrison, Brittany Kellogg, who was on last season, who made it to Vegas Week but got cut, Brandy Neely, and Haley Davis. Haley goes to bed early because she says she can't function and is tired and just pretty much ditches the group. And then she forgets her words, and she still makes it through. She forgets her words and writes them on her hand and looks at them, and Nikki gives her like a scolding, and she still makes it through. And then Brandy Neely was cut, which was definitely the biggest upset of the night. Like, what the frick? Like, she was definitely the best one. I thought that was up there in the group, and I really don't get it. This left me puzzled. She handled the news well, though. She says she's coming back next year, so good. I hope she does. And lastly, we have the Misfits singing Be My Baby with Kezban, Brianna Steer, Angela Miller, and Janelle Arthur. So they had a hard time picking a song because Kez didn't want to sing anything too cheesy and poppy, and then they had a hard time working with Kez because she's a little cray-cray and she's sick and she just runs off to find food, and then she's a morning person and she's late to the bus, and the list goes on and on and on and on. But what I really liked about this group was the other three girls, they didn't really let Kez bother them. They were kind of just like, okay, just let Kez do her thing. As long as we three know what we're doing, I think we'll be fine. We three will just set up the harmonies, and then Kez can just do whatever the hell she wants. You know, they weren't really rude or anything to Kez. And, you know, I could have seen a lot of girls just really cause drama with her. And I like how these three girls, they just kind of let it roll off their shoulders. You could tell they were a little annoyed, but they didn't really, you know, let it bother them. They didn't really want to cause a scene, and I like that. Shows good character, and I like that a lot. And I really absolutely love Angela and Janelle, like I said earlier. The performance was good. Kez sounded a little hoarse, but she didn't forget the words, so good for her. And the judges loved the performance. It gave them a standing O. Good job, girls. So thank you all for watching, and follow me on Twitter at Maria Halian, and see you all later.